Hey y'all, welcome to Rice and Crafts and Sensational Stamps. My name is Carla and I am a member of the design team at Sensational Stamps. Today I am going to be making a Halloween card with this cute guy here. This is the Mummy stamp. I'm a little dark today for some reason. Let's turn him just a little bit. There we go. So, let's go ahead and get started. You know, I thought I was going to rough up this edge here and do a whole bunch to this background. But now that I'm looking at it, I think I kind of like it the way it is. So, instead of distressing this background and covering it with these cute spider webs, like I did in the previous, I think it was 2 weeks ago I did that. I am going to go ahead and use some of these little spider webs, but I think I'm just going to use them as a border instead. I don't know if I want it to go that way, maybe this way. Maybe I'll use a couple of them. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to set this stuff aside because I'm going to stamp, well, emboss actually, a sentiment from the Sensational Stamps Halloween stamp set. I gotta grab some first, some Mark ink. And I'm gonna white emboss it on some of this black cardstock right here. And I'm just gonna do it down in that corner. And I have to tell you guys, I did something really stupid a few weeks ago. Well, last week I think it was. I had 2 jars of white embossing powder. And so I threw my old embossing powder out and I proceeded to dump the first one in. Everything was fine. Got the second jar out and poured it in, and then realized that one of the jars was in fact clear embossing powder and not white. So I dug as much of the clear out as I could. But I'm going to have to buy some new white embossing powder too, I think. We'll see how this goes. So if there's some blank spots, you know that some of the white or clear embossing powder did get mixed in. Unfortunately. I was so mad at myself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heat this with my heat tool. Okay, get that out of the way. As you can see, it's a little splotchy. Well, maybe you can't see it, but it is a little splotchy where there's clear embossing powder mixed in. If this was anything but a Halloween card, that would not work for me. But it's a Halloween card, so I can deal with it. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cutting tool here. My Fiskars trimmer. Cutting tool. Ow. And I'm going to just I'm just going to hack it off there at the end because I am going to do a fishtail border. Alright. And I don't do it in any particular way. I just kind of pick the middle, cut a slit up. Oops. From both ends to meet at the slit. Usually that works pretty good. It's better than I could do any other way. Including that nifty trick with the square punch. Yeah, I can't make that come out well either. Okay, so a few things. These guys are the Halloween border 4 from birdscards.com. And I cut them on my silhouette. I made the background with some Tim Holtz Distress Inks. I used Seedless Preserves, Dusty Concord, and Chipped Sapphire. And then I splattered water with my fingers to get the splotches. And then I sprayed the whole thing with some pearlized water using Perfect Pearl, colored Perfect Pearls. And then on the inside I have some some purple cardstock. And where did I put row? I lost my inside piece. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then I used the Silhouette pen holder in a Papermate Purple Flare, Papermate Flare Purple felt pen to write my sentiment on the inside. So, let's go ahead and get started. This shouldn't take too terribly long. I'm going to go ahead and start with putting my spiderweb pieces down. This tends to take the longest. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm not going to be like really concerned about how I get this glued on. As long as I get the center points on there, I'm going to be happy. And I think originally I was going to do it that way. I think I'm going to go ahead and move it over a little bit so that, see, it kind of hangs off both sides. And I'm just going to do 3 on the front. Oops. Let's see. You can tell I haven't made a video in a few days. Because I'm fumbling all over the place here. Alright, and I am going to overlap them just a touch. Overlap the points, I guess I should say. Okay. And okay, and I'm going to flip this over quick, and I'm going to press down really hard. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim these extra pieces off. Whatever's hanging over the edge is going, regardless of how much is hanging over the edge. Okay. And I'm going to get that out of the way. And I'm going to set this aside for a minute and work on the inside, because I think I might I'm going to go ahead and throw a spider web inside too. which my sister will laugh hysterically about. Because I have an issue with odd numbers. I don't care for having odd numbered things. So, instead of looking at the fact that I have 2 odd numbers here, I have 4 spider webs in total. Okay, and I'm going to grab my ATG gun here, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere the inside down. As you can see, I tried a different font, and I found it incredibly difficult to read. So, I just flipped it over and picked a new font. There we go. Alright, and then if you notice, my purple background has a white back, and that is because it was actually some purple paper I had picked up somewhere, probably when I first started crafting. That's been in my stash forever. And just to give it some weight, I went ahead and glued it to some white scrap paper I had laying around. And this, we have white, or we have purple cardstock. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ATG my background piece here down. I didn't use any, this wasn't done on watercolor paper, let's put it that way. I just used some, I gotta look it up on one. Neenah Bright White 65-pound paper is what I did my background on. So, you know what? Oh, hey, that's better. There, that's much better. It's not so dark now. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some foam tape on the back of this guy. And I just saw my foam tape, which means, of course, I'm going to have to look for it. There it is. I knew it couldn't have gone far. And I'm going to grab one long piece here. And I'm going to cut another piece. Let's see, I knew I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Let's put that paper back on. Okay. And we'll put that there. And I'm going to put a little piece down here. And a little piece over here. And I'll just cut the extra off. And a little piece there. Okay. And I'm just taking my non-stick scissors and cutting my excess foam tape off. Okay. And I just noticed that I forgot to outline the edges of my stamp here. So I'm just going to take my Studio G brush pen and go over the edges. I usually do. Okay guys, sorry about that. My camera, whoops, I hope you didn't just see my head there. My camera battery died on me, so I don't know what you guys last saw. So I will go over what I've done. And that is, I went ahead and put my inside together with my border. And I attached my card front with my spiderweb borders. And I went ahead and put some foam tape on the back of my mummy here. And I'm going to go ahead and press him down, or in this case, her. And I have this Happy Halloween. And I'm going to cut a small piece of foam tape to go in the middle of my sign right there. And then I'm going to throw some art glitter glue on that end and on that end. And I'm going to just go ahead and adhere those with the little bump up in the middle. Just like that. And that's our card for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.